Today, Greater Pollock is home to tens of thousands of people and family. But in the medieval times, it was home to just one, the Crocs. And this is their story. We are the Friends of Crookston Castle, and we're going to show you around. The Crocs arrived here on this hilltop, which we think has probably been home to people for thousands of years. The Crocs were given all of this land of the Levern Valley by King David I as he cemented his control over Scotland. And it was the Crocs who built their first castle and fortress here, and where we get the name Crookston today.
I'm an archaeologist and a friend of Crookston Castle, and the remains that you can see behind me today date to about 1400, when the Crookston Stewarts replaced the earlier timber fortress that was built by Robert Croc. But the ring ditch around the castle probably dates to this, protected the castle from attack, and it survived even when the earlier castle was levelled to make way for the new medieval tower. So when you look at the tower, the remaining walls and the ditch that surrounds it, what you're actually looking at is about 1,000 years of history that's layered on this hill. It's an exceptionally well-planned site designed to meet residential, domestic and status needs over time.
Hiya, I'm Cheryl and I'm a friend of Crookston Castle. So we're standing in the cellar and this would have been the heart of the castle. It would have been a hive of activity. This area connected the four towers and you can imagine the number of people that would have worked in here at that time. The main focus of this room would have been the well, which was obviously hugely important, particularly when it came to withstanding a siege, of which we know there were at least two. One of which was 1489, when the Stewart Lords of Crookston rose up against King James IV. He didn't hesitate, he brought his gun train, which included Mons Meg all the way from Edinburgh, and the castle surrendered.
Coming upstairs from the cellar, you arrive here in the Great Hall, the place where banquets would have been hosted by the Crookston Stewarts to entertain their visitors and guests. This is the room where powerful men and women of the medieval world met to make decisions about the lives of the ordinary folk of Crookston.
Hi, I'm Brian. We've just come up from the Great Hall. We're now in the War Room. You don't realise that this was part of the history of the castle of the Second World War. It was used as an observation post by the Home Guard, who kept watch from up here for enemy aircraft. The Home Guard were volunteers, ordinary folk giving up their time to protect their community when it mattered most. They weren't paid soldiers, they stood ready to defend Glasgow. I find that incredibly inspiring. As a volunteer myself, I know how much it means to give back. That's why I love being part of the Friends of Crookston Castle and working with other local groups.
We're up on top of the tower now, and as you can see, the views are absolutely incredible. You really get a sense up here of the castle sitting, looking out over the community as it has done for centuries. It's so important that we take care of the castle so that it's still here for our generation and the generations to come.